Hi, I'm Mike from Breathing in Motion Yoga Studios, and today I'd like to follow up on a little bit about what we talked about last week when we spoke about the squat. We talked about the squat in a couple of different configurations. I mentioned that there is a squat where you have your feet right together in yoga, knees right together, and you sweep up in what's known as the fierce position or the chair pose. Then I mentioned too that a beginner probably better off having a little bit of width between the feet. And we talked about doing that both with and without blocks. So without the block, we had to be vigilant, keeping the knees right on top of the toes, not letting the knees buckle in, not allowing the knees to splay out to the sides. We pushed our hips back. I mentioned it in the side view that our back is actually in a slight hyperextension, certainly extended, and that you're pushing your hips back at the same time drawing the navel in for core stability. Then we also talked about putting blocks in to get the correct separation between the feet and the legs, the knees. And when we did that vlog, I mentioned that there was going to be a relative balance between the internal and external hip rotators, encouraged, as well as the vastus medialis oblique fibers being engaged. Today I want to talk about adding another sort of element to the squat, using a wall. The wall will prevent me from pushing my knees forward of my toes, and it'll prevent me from pushing my chest forward of my knees. I have seen over the years people in the gym squatting incorrectly by pushing their knees forward of their toes this way, and that can be very bad for the knees. I've also seen people lifting the weight, if it's on their back, trying to lift up, and on the last repetition, leaning forward too much, getting stuck because their chest is well forward of their hips, and then even having to roll the bar off their neck. So in order to have the perfect biomechanics, the wall makes an excellent tool. I'm going to place my big toes against the cold molding, and I'm going to pinch my big toes into the block. The second block I place below my knees and above my calves. Now again, I have the perfect distance between my feet and between my knees in a relative sense. And I also am forcing my internal hip rotators to activate, so it's not all vastus lateralis and the external hip rotators. I also am unable now to push my chest too far forward. So I begin the squat by pushing my hips back, and again, going into the quarter or half squat. Can't squat much deeper than that or I'll fall backward. So this will give you a good idea of the limitations when you're squatting correctly. And you can see that everything has to line up now. One word of caution, you don't want to squat and drag your chin up the wall like this. Your neck won't like that. And for those that have hyperlordosis, I should also mention, if you've got too much curve in your back, more curve than less, it's your advantage to begin the squat by drawing the navel in firmly. We all should do that, but it's especially important for people that have hyperlordosis. I hope this helps you in learning how to squat in the most basic format in yoga. Namaste.